Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. If all the things you never show, there are the things I want you to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never showed. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the live. And thank you so much, Jeff. And sorry, here, let me put this up. So, Jeff, thank you. And Adam's going to be here in a second, guys. But just 1 second. This intro is amazing. So curious what apps, programs were used to make it. I think on this one, so normally I combine two of them, but I think I might have just used the Canva intro for this one, and then I took it over to Wondershare. I always use Canva and Wondershare usually because I like some of the elements of both, but for this, for the most part, it was, I think for the most part, this one was actually just the Canva that I used. Yeah, I think it was actually. Well, I know it was Canva for sure, but I think I just used Canva, not Wondershare with it this time on there, but thank you. I like it, the track vibe. Yeah, exactly. Guess I'll never know. So obviously the title is Mitch Westerman was arrested. It's actually considered a misdemeanor. But first of all, I want to thank Deb from True Crime Notebook, and who had put this in the chat not too long ago about this. So I went to Docs Pop, and Ivy Rose had called up and got the PDF, and I think Frank Meister was looking at it too. So I don't know exactly who was the first one to kind of notice this and find it, but I want to give kudos to, of course, the group of friends that are always, sharing information and stuff like that. So thank you to Ivy, Deb, and I want to say Frank, but I haven't talked to Frank, but I know that I think Frank was looking into it as well. But anyways, so thank you, Ivy, for the affidavit. And then Aspen, of course, sent me this one, which seems to have a little bit more on it for the filing. And so he'll be on in a minute as well. And Fox News came out with it about 10 minutes or so ago. So if you guys, obviously, Mitch Westerman's up in the right-hand corner there. That is, of course, Baldwin's friend. He used to work at the law firm. He's the one that they've said, meaning the Baldwin side had gone into the office in that war room, whatever they want to call it, taking pictures. I believe it was more than just pictures, but we'll get into the document here. I was looking to see if there was any updates towards the other things, but I know it's Turkey Day in the US and I'm from Canada. We've already had our Turkey days. But when it comes to documents, like for the most part, we're pretty much right on the ball. Usually I see a lot of them come in. And if I don't, then Aspen has sent them to me, typically, or I've seen them on Twitter. And I'm like, oh, shoot, better go grab those. But yeah, we like to stay on top of that stuff because obviously we're very interested in, the goings on of Delphi. Simple as that. But anyway, thank you guys for joining. Oh, hey, Art, how are you? Sharon Parker and Ben. So again, Mitch Westerman, is the one that took the pictures, passed them on to the gentleman that sadly took his life. And I don't want to sit there and speculate on his reason. Obviously, you know, I'm thinking that this is something that broke either the camel's back of it, but don't want to get into his mental health issues or anything like that, considering we don't know about that stuff. But regardless, forced in, and then it goes down to Mark Roberts and, photos getting dispersed and stuff like that. I told you guys, or people that were watching last night, that yes, I have seen the crime scene photos now. And so we were talking a bit about that towards the end of it. And we were talking about Elvis Fields last night. It's a very sad case. Let me just start off by saying that. And unfortunately, it's too bad that the pictures felt like they had to be dispersed. Again, my own speculation would be that they wanted to kind of take away from Barbara McDonald's pictures on Court TV, and basically it's like, here people. And then of course you know how it goes, you give it to one person, hey, let me give it to this person, Mark Roberts, I'm sure, and I don't know how many people forced and shared it to, or Mitch and stuff like that. Who knows? Either way, Mitch Westerman was arrested, and we're just going to go through that stuff right now. I will be cooking while listening. Oh yeah, turkey prep for Thanksgiving. Okay, so let's just honestly, I'm just gonna turn my camera off, so I'm gonna be on a different page there. So case number 41, case file number. You guys can find this on DocsPop, and you can go to my case and plunk this in. But if you go onto DocsPop, you're gonna see a bunch. Well, actually, if you want to DocsPop though, you'll see probably about 6 or 7 different filings with to do with Mitch Westerman in general throughout his years. I didn't go into those, couple of civil and whatever, but this is the one that we're focused on here. So, criminal misdemeanor. I believe the word Deb used that it's uh, conversion. So, deputy assigned case, arrest report. Not gonna. That's just blah blah blah. So, Mitchell Thomas Westerman, and motion to keep arrest warrants and charging information confidential. So let's just go start with this. Comes now the state of Indiana by its deputy prosecuting attorney and the 8th Judicial District, and pursuant to IC 335-3411 and access to court records ACR Rule 5, moves the court to order that the charging information and request for arrest warrant be sealed and held confidential until the defendant has been arrested and otherwise brought within the custody of the court. Probably by now, I wouldn't doubt it, if he's been released, or at least in the process of it. In support, the state shows the following. Due to the sensitivity of the case, it is important that we keep the information within the probable cause affidavit and charging information confidential. The new online court access has made it possible for suspects or defendants and their agents to discover the issuance of the warrants before said warrants are able to be served by law enforcement. Public disclosure. Okay, bottom line is, I think we all know what, when they're trying to hold off on the information. So we can kind of skip by that now. Let's see here. So the undersigned affidavit is duly sworn upon his oath that she is informed and verily believes that between August 1st of 2023, right, and October 5th of 2023 in Johnson County, state of Indiana, Mitchell Thomas Westerman did knowingly or intentionally exert unauthorized control over the property of Andrew Baldwin, to wit images, whatever to wit means, but all of which is contrary. I hear you, Adam. Hello. To the laws of the state of Indiana. I affirmed under the penalties of perjury as specified by IC that the foregoing representations are true. Let me just see. I heard Adam pop in. Oh, there he is. Okay. Where? Let me go back to that quickly. Witnesses: Jerry Holman, Benjamin Rector, Andrew Baldwin, Bradley Rosie, and any person in the information of the probable cause. Okay, I'll read the first page, Adam, and then you can read this last few if you want.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Affidavit of probable cause. Benjamin Rector, being duly sworn upon oath, states, I'm employed as a law enforcement officer by the state of Indiana, ISP. My current assignment is a detective in the Criminal Investigation Division. Law enforcement was advised that on or about October 5th, 2023, that evidence from the murder case of the state of Indiana versus Richard Allen has been released to the public. There is currently an order from the court in the case prohibiting the release of evidence to the public. Law enforcement was made aware of this evidence and may have been obtained illegally and began an investigation. Law enforcement was able to retrieve the evidence from the creators of a podcast, Murder Sheets, obviously, who stated that they got the evidence from an individual in Texas, Mark Roberts. Indiana State Police First Sergeant Jerry Holman was able to identify the individual in Texas. Oh, well, there it is, Robert Cohen. So if you didn't know, that's the name. Mark Cohen was interviewed, and law enforcement obtained screenshots of a message between Mark Cohen and the individual Robert Forston, the names that we've been talking about, Robert Forston, and that's the gentleman that took his life, and Mark Cohen, of various discussions about the various pieces of evidence involved in the Richard Allen case. Indiana ISP Detective Ben Rector was assigned to assist in the investigation. As part of the investigation, Affiant complete interviews with attorneys Rosie and Baldwin on October 12th of 2023 concerning the evidence that was taken without consent in regards to the representation of Richard Allen. Affiant previously knew that Rosie and Baldwin were attorneys which were assigned to represent Richard Allen in his criminal charges. During the course of the interview, Andrew Baldwin, Detective Rector, learned that Baldwin is an associate of Mitchell Westerman. Baldwin has known Westerman for several years, and Westerman was previously employed by Baldwin's law firm. Westerman is no longer employed by the law firm. However, he still routinely stops by the firm to visit the staff and Baldwin.
Okay. Number 5. On Monday, October 9th, 2023, Westerman contacted Baldwin around 4 p.m. and requested to meet with him. They met at Baldwin's office shortly afterwards. Westerman told Baldwin that he had used his cellular phone to take photographs of photographs, which were in Baldwin's conference room area. The photographs depicted the crime scene related to the criminal charges against Richard Allen. Westerman
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was coming. Thank you very much, Gail, for that super sticker. Bless. Thank you so much.
In Baldwin's conference room area. The photographs depicted the crime scene related to the criminal charges against Richard Allen. Westerman stated that he had done this a couple of months prior, and that he had shared them with an individual named Robert Forston. Through the course of this investigation, law enforcement learned that Forston shared these photos with another individual in Texas, Mark Cohen. Cohen then shared them with various creators of YouTube channels and podcasts. Baldwin stated that based on the timing of events, he believed that there were in fact crime scene photos from Richard Allen's case in the conference room when Westerman visited his office. He also stated that there would have been side-by-side photographs which were previously used by the defense team in depositions. The photographs that Baldwin described are consistent with photographs that Affiant has viewed, which were released of the crime scene. Baldwin stated that he did not authorize Westerman to take these photos. During an interview with Rosie, he also indicated that he did not authorize Westerman to take the photographs. Rosie further concluded that he believed that Westerman's taking of the photographs constituted theft because he did not believe that anyone had authorized Westerman to take the photographs. An affidavit was also provided to the Allen County Judge Gold, which states the following: comes now Mitchell Westerman being first duly sworn under oath, and states that the following information is within his personal knowledge and is true to the best of his knowledge. I was an attorney, Andrew Baldwin's office building, waiting to visit with Andrew. He was in the office, either meeting with a client or on a telephone call with the door closed. I went into the conference room to wait. I observed printed copies of photo evidence on the conference room table. I took pictures of a few of them. Andrew Baldwin did not give me permission to take the photographs of the printed copies. He was not present, and he did not have any knowledge that I took pictures of evidence photos. I am freely and voluntarily typing and signing this affidavit on my own accord because it is the truth. The document indicates it was signed on October 18th, 2023 by Mitchell Westerman and was also notarized. Affiant further believes that the above-mentioned facts establish probable cause to believe that Mitchell Westerman has committed the act of conversion. Indiana IC Code 35-43-4-3. I affirm under the penalties of perjury that the foregoing representations are true. Benjamin Rector. And then down on page 7, I guess it's the order sealing arrest warrants and charging information. And this says, comes now the state of Indiana on its motion to keep arrest warrants and charging information confidential. The court, after being duly advised, finds that the same shall be granted. It is therefore ordered and adjudged that the charging information and request for the warrant be sealed and held confidential until the defendant has been arrested or otherwise brought within the custody of the court. And that is signed by Judge Johnson, Circuit Superior Court. What's next here? Okay, and then it's an order determining probable cause and request for warrant, which reads, comes now the state of Indiana by its special prosecutor, Lindsay Holden K., and files the state's information and probable cause affidavit, and the court, having seen and examined the same and being duly advised in the premises, now finds that probable cause exists for bringing of charges stated in said information. It is therefore determined by the court that probable cause exists for the bringing of charges alleged in the information in the above entitled cause of action. The court now orders the clerk of this court to issue a warrant for the arrest of the above named defendant and hereby sets bond on the defendant in the sum of $1,000 or $250 cash. In addition, an additional condition of bond pretrial release under this cause of action, the defendant shall not be arrested or charged with a new criminal offense, is prohibited from using illegal drugs or any prescription drugs from which the defendant does not possess a valid prescription, is subject to a random drug screens by the court, is subject to random alcohol screens by the court. It is so ordered by the same judge of Johnson's Circuit Superior Court. And that was dated the 21st of this year. And then on page 10, there's a motion to unseal arrest warrant, which says, comes now the state of Indiana by its special prosecutor, Lindsay Holden K., and requests the court to unseal an arrest warrant on Mitchell Thomas Westerman with the cause number listed. And on the last page, it says order unsealing arrest warrant, which just says, comes now the state of Indiana by its special prosecutor, Lindsay Holden K., and requests the court to unseal an arrest warrant. The court, under having taken the matter under advisement and being duly advised in the premise, now orders the clerk to unseal the arrest warrant. And that was signed on the 22nd of November.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so again, thanks to Ivy, Deb, Aspen, and I know Frank was looking into it as well on this. So again, thank you guys. I'm thinking that Deb's probably making a video to put up there and stuff like that, and probably Frank as well. And, bottom line is, yes, it's a class, a misdemeanor, but bottom line is it's, nice to know that charges were brought against him, Mitch Westerman. It needed to happen. We don't know anything more than that. There's speculation more than that, but this is fact. Okay. So that's what we'll stick with, is the fact of this. And Mitch Westerman, for those who don't know, again, is the one that is, we just read, went into Baldwin's war room there, the conference room. There's files, and this is all to do with why, a part of why Judge Fran Gall had deemed gross negligence, but it wasn't just this, it was other things as well. And that's hence why all these different motions going on about Sixth Amendment rights and due process. And, and the judge, of course, we found out yesterday that, she's been sick lately and stuff like that and working from home. So prayers to Fran Gall, no matter what you feel about her or in the case. We're not pro defense or pro prosecution. We're pro Abby and Libby in all of this. And it is sad that these pictures, that Mitch passed them on to Fortston and Mark Roberts, like I said, and whoever else, dispersed them throughout. Hence why the creators, a ton of people have these pictures now of Abby and Libby and the crime scene, the 4 pictures from them. So if you have seen them, then, again, It's not nice to ever look at crime scene photos. There's tons of different cases out there where they're out there, but at the end of the day, whatever their purpose, whatever Mitch's purpose was for wanting to, perhaps the Barbara McDonald, remember the F tree, and trying to show the sticks and stuff like that, kind of like what we were talking about yesterday, with the whole rune thing. Uh, for the defense side, guys, they might, it might look like an F tree to some people because that's what they want to visualize it as. But if you truly look at it, there's nothing there to say that it is a factual F on there, because it's like, again, the defense is there to get Richard Allen off. They're not there to put in anything in that 136 storyline of the whole Odin twist. Personally, looking at the sticks, I feel like they were placed for like placed there, not just thrown. Myself, I feel like there's definitely no antlers, no horns, and at the end of the day, we just want the right person charged for the girls' murders. And that's the process I'm waiting for to happen ourselves here, knowing that we have to go through all these different motions with the judge and the defense and the motions and stuff like that. So um, I'm just hoping that at the end of the day, at the end of this long road for Abby and Libby, that there'll be a conclusion to it at some point. Not even, it's not even really like, you know what I mean? There's no, there's no good in this case whatsoever. Justice is only justice, but it will never bring those poor girls back, and that's the sad part of it,
Right.
who we fight for. Just see what your guys' comments are. Hi, Salty Sweet Tea. Hey, Ben. Lisa's in the house. What did Ivy say? Ivy always has good points. Yeah. Committed between August 1st and October 5th. That doesn't sound like one time. Um, Adam, okay, so we always heard it was back in August, type of idea. Your thoughts on those dates? Let me just ask you that.
Well, I mean, it tracks with what we've been told as far as um,
Are you talking about the rumors? Or are you just talking about what we heard? Just simply that it happened back in August,
right.
but
But yeah, I mean, like when I was told, I've never spoken to Mark,
yeah,
Robert, myself, but I do have friends that have communicated with him, and what I was told was that that's when this communication between Fortson and
hi Grace.
and Mark was really taking place. Was between, I think, the end, halfway through August and then up through September. So I mean that tracks. The one part I did find interesting in that affidavit, and I think it can be interpreted different ways, but there was a line where it says Cohen then shared them with various creators of YouTube channels and podcasts.
Yeah.
And that line, I'm like, is that alleging that Mark Cohen's the one that then distributed them widely? Because we always heard that it was that he didn't send out that mass email to people. But is this saying that he did, or is this saying
Right.
So I mean, the wording on that was a little interesting, I thought, but because
Mhm.
I know that Mark has alleged that he didn't send any emails out.
Right. Yeah. Well,
And this isn't, of course, this is about Mitch Westerman. It's not about Mark's actions, but
actually, it's about them all, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I still want to say this: leaks have been going on through this whole case. To see the girls in the actual physical form, in a sense, we didn't really need to see that. I think there was a pretty good visual from the 136 page memorandum, type of idea, or even, just the shadow depictions that, Court TV had made. I had made on a thumbnail just using, like the stick figure type of idea. True Crime Design put one out there, that was an actual depiction. Take away the antlers, and you got pretty much a depiction of exactly the best photo out of those four, in a sense. And it was like combining the two girls into one picture, but yet they're not in those four those four photos. But it's just sad that, you
Thank you,
know,
Miss Haunted Parlor.
uh, and there's our buddy CD buddy.
Okay, CD.
I've been wanting to message him like for this last week, going, I need to message CD, right? And then all of a sudden I put it off and I'm doing something else. And then all of a sudden I see him in here. So that's sweet. Thank you, Miss Haunted Parlor, for subscribing. Um, hopefully subscribers, knowing that we follow the case,
Right.
will stay
Nope.
subscribed to us, because we cover other cases too. But, Delphi, if you're here for the Delphi reason, then obviously, there's been a lot going on and stuff like that.
With the Sunny, with the conspiracies that have gone around about where these leaks originated from originally, I would hope that this at least will calm the people that are were claiming that this was secretly done. Westerman was put in by the prosecution to go and set the ex-defense team up. Hopefully now with this arrest, that will satisfy some people's suspicions towards that, because clearly it's not what took place.
Yeah. Wait, didn't I actually leave you a message, CD? Now that I think about it, fuck off. Where's my messenger? Why isn't it bringing up analysis? I don't know why it's not bringing it up. Oh, I think it's because I'm on you. I don't know. Either way, I'm pretty sure now that I think about it, I actually left you a message like last week. Getting old, amnesia here. Diana, for taking, yeah. So just be aware that there's two different crime scene photos. There's the ones that originated from Abby's side of the family with the clothing in the water, okay? And then there's the crime scene photos of Mitch Westerman that are the four that we're speaking about. Now, if anyone has more, at least to us, they haven't surfaced. And usually we all know that it's hard for the average person to ever keep a secret. Okay. We all are guilty of, somebody said that somebody said, or somebody had, type of thing. We all are guilty of that. Some people are just really bad, for they get information and they just can't resist, So whatever, meaning leaks have happened from this case, whether it's been from a police officer in the LE force, whether it's been from within the system, the court system, whether it's been from Abby's side of the family, whether it's been from, Mitch Westerman and the defense side. So the only thing that hurts the most is that these are pictures of the actual girls, right? At the end of the day, and that the families, who knows what they've seen, to be honest. Who knows about the autopsy report? Who knows exactly what they've seen or heard from the video? Not here. We're just here for the justice for the girls, eh? And yeah, so you did. I'm just seeing it now. Yeah, I think I sent you a message a week ago. Now that I think I actually remembered to send you a message. But anyways, yeah, so I want to say like I said, I'm Canada, so I still believe on the turkey thing, we're a little bit smarter. I think we're smarter because I think that there's less money that goes out before.
With I guess what's happening today, who knows, what's going to happen between our countries. Did you see there was a car explosion at the border?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was like a little bit ago. I saw it. There was I think it was intentional car explosions set off at the border between U.S. and Canada.
Was it your fault? Was it your fault over across the border? Was it ours?
It was Canadian.
Shit, really? Shit.
I don't know, honestly.
Well, I gotta tell you, besides Charmaine, she's my favorite Canadian content creator. The rest of them, I'd like to throw them across to your border, to be honest with you. I mean, because isn't Joseph Morris, he's Canadian. The one that, he's Canadian too. Joseph Morris, that douche that changed the audio to make, for the Idaho case. Some of these Canadians are not looking too good. You guys want them? Seriously. Yeah.
Heather just joined, and she said, "Hey guys, just joined. Arrested for what?" He was arrested for his part in taking the pictures and leaking them.
Yeah, so for anyone that's come in right now, Mitch Westerman, he's associated with the defense of Baldwin. He used to work at the
He was
Baldwin's law firm, the defense team there, and so he's the one that took the photos of Abby and Libby, the crime scene photos, and whatever else. I'm sure there's more than just crime scene photos. Trust
right.
me, people. I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure there was more than just crime scene photos that were probably taken. But
Hey, Miss Dog Lover.
yeah. Hey, Miss Dog Lover, where is she? On there. Nice to see y'all. She always says that whenever we do a live in the afternoon, then it's just like, finally, because it's 8 hours different, right? My husband's from the UK, so his mother, when he talks to her too, it's usually around this time in the afternoon. And Miss Dog Lover, she bought us an air fryer. Just saying. Okay. But anyways, so that's really what we wanted to talk about. We're going to be doing a live tonight, but I'm not sure what our topic is because I think Alexa wanted to talk about Lisk, Rex Hewerman and his pen pal, which is, I guess, a Canadian. What's his name again? Keith Jesperson. I put out a video yesterday on that, but apparently he's from here. He was born here in Vancouver on there. So if we don't do that, then we'll talk Delphi again. Just not sure. Yeah, Deb just put out a video. And thank you guys for all supporting Deb's True Crime Notebook as well. You guys know that Deb, if you guys don't know, Deb used to be on this channel. Now she's doing her own thing and she's doing well, and people helped her get to 1,000 in the last couple of days. And Tom Webster, of course, for whenever somebody donates, that the Tommy song goes off. So thank you, Gail, for that. And so again, Tom, you guys know Tom Webster, right? Most of you guys know, and if you don't, then you should know him and subscribe to him. He's a really good guy. Anyways, so the campaign is for Tom to come on the live. He said in December, and he said like whatever. And I would like it to be like a chill night, like where we talk about, what was it? What did I say to him? Christmas, coffee, and crime. Yeah. On there. So unless you guys, oh yeah, the happy face killer. Exactly. But I didn't know he was from Vancouver where I live. Like we have some real psychos like the Picton farm and all that stuff. And Olson, I remember Olson when I was a kid and stuff like that. And like I said, my personal family had one, but not with a SK, but what was known as the title was a paper bag, RAPIST, and he went on like a 20-year spurt of SA crimes, and our family was like the first, like probably who knows when he truly started, but before, it's almost like we were one of his first victims. My older sister, well, we were all there, but anyways, that's a story that I've said before a couple times throughout this 3 years or whatever and stuff like that. And it's just sad that these pieces of shit walk this earth and planet and stuff like that. Now as for Richard Allen, you know who knows where that will all take us. Do they have enough evidence? Do they not? Because you have to know that there's more. Well, I have to go back to the Suzanne Morphew case. I do, because when whatever her name was, Linda Stanley, comes in with her freaking robe, like, woo, Barry Morphew, we're going to come for you. And they arrested him, and you were like, yay, finally, just before Suzanne Morphew's 1 year type of thing. And you were like, you go, Linda Stanley, you go. Oh, bitch, you didn't have enough freaking probable cause for shit. Because I literally, when I was listening to the freaking evidence, I'm like, oh, this is just the minor shit that they're showing, right? Like, it's got to get way better than this. Nope. But they recently found her body. So who knows what's going to happen with Barry Morphew? But they had to, like, basically, what's it called? When you, what's the word I'm looking for? When you recall from it, in a sense, so that you can try him another day, should it come back to that. Can't think of the word all of a sudden. But anyways, so that was such a big disappointment, with the Suzanne Morphew case. So I hope that truly that there's more to Richard Allen's case than what we're seeing. I hope that there's a bigger smoking gun, because I would hate to think that it would end up like Suzanne Morphew's case. And if you don't know Suzanne Morphew, she's the mother that disappeared 2020 on Mother's Day. You know, Barry's this way, daughters are this way. Suzanne, her bike's found within a few. Anyways, so I just hope it doesn't turn out like something like that, and that when this whole thing is said and done, that Abby and Libby, at least, if not some partial truth, will come from all of this. Just, a conviction. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not holding my breath on anything anymore. Not when it comes to this case, to be honest with you. Do you guys think? Honestly, this case is such a farce. I don't know what to believe. I can honestly say that. I am disappointed with law enforcement. I'm disappointed with prosecution. I'm disappointed with defense. I'm disappointed with I'm disappointed with Tobe Lesenby. I'm disappointed with a lot of things. I'm disappointed that they couldn't pick up the sticks off of the girls. Like it's almost like Twiddledee and Twiddledummer were running the show to me. That's how it feels. And like I said, people always say this, and I will say the same thing. I love law enforcement. I love how hard that people work, but there's always lazy asses in every job you work at, and there's always those apples, those bad apples in a group, and there's always those people that steal from a job and stuff like that, pretty much in anything. And that same thing applies, but we're not talking about working at a store and somebody stealing. We're talking about calling off dogs, not picking up sticks. We're talking about two different sketches. We're talking about what a shit show this case has been. And it reminds me of Karina McClurkin's case, in the sense of, could this have been solved a long time ago? Absolutely. Could Karina McClurkin's case have been solved a long time ago? Absolutely. Ray Hanish's case? Absolutely. And then you look at what's happened and transpired, and you're really disappointed in the system that's supposed to be there for the exact reason what their jobs are supposed to do. People always make mistakes, granted, but someone that's a sheriff calling off dogs that's just like dummies 101. I think that anyone would know that at a crime scene there's dogs coming. Why would you ever call those off? Why? Like, what would ever make somebody go, yeah, we got this. Yeah, no problem. I don't know. All I know is, for me personally, it's just been a big disappointment for the families, first and foremost, because I believe Abby and Libby, like Doug Carter says, that how they were left is not how they are now. I truly believe that, of course, but that doesn't stop the pain and agony of the parents here on earth, that have to deal with the sadness of this case. And it's almost like having a dartboard, and people just keep throwing darts at the dartboard, going, "Oh, yeah, sorry, just another 5 years, just another year. Oh, maybe. Oh, really? Oh, now they got this whole crap going on with the courts. I can see why the family would be pissed, right? Like, all this shit happening." But so prayers to them, prayers to everybody, to be honest. Prayers to even Richard Allen in there, like, seriously, prayers to him and his family and everybody that's caught up in this mess and stuff like that. Anyway, Adam, go ahead. I've been talking here. You just.
No, that's really all I have to say about it. We wanted to come on and read these documents, and, yeah, it's a misdemeanor, but I think it is important that that there are consequences to people's actions, and it'll be interesting to see if there's anything else that results from this.
Yeah, absolutely. Howdy, Greeno. Yeah, thank you, Charmaine. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest, you guys. Unless anyone needs to say anything, yeah, please hit that like button. We'll be live again tonight. I'm just not sure what our topic is. If it's Rex Humerman, I just have to wait for Alexa to get back to me. If not, we'll do like freaking Delphi. who, let's see, we picked on Elvis Fields and that crock of crap yesterday. I hope people understood that from yesterday, was that, again, there's a difference between facts and imagination, and the runes are imagination. Those aren't standing for anything to do with Odinism. It might be a projected way that the sticks were set up to project that it was some sort of cult like thing, or non-secular thing and stuff like that. But the F does not stand for Odin, no matter how you slice or dice it. And first of all, you would have to understand that nobody can confirm that that's an F. And then they go on and talk about using the person would have had to have used their fingers or utensil. Well, I don't know, what is it, because it's supposed to be fact, right? But all it was a bunch of speculation on how that more than one person couldn't have lifted an arm and put a stick there and then huffed and puffed to go lift another stick and stuff like that. It is possible that one person did it. I've always thought it was very unlikely, myself. But I just mean, if you if you have looked at the crime scene photos, you would know that, just reading their own memorandum, you would know. Like I said, if anyone, for anyone that hasn't seen the crime scene photos, go look at True Crime Designs depiction. Take off the antlers off the head; those don't exist. And look at the things, and then you tell me, and you come back with an Odinist that's going to ever claim that that's their runes, and that they stand for Hail Odin, and or and that, but we can't make nothing out of Libby's sticks because that's just a mishmash of whatever. There's nothing. And
Right.
then, so it was just like they said, like, I think it was David Hennessy that said that, right? A work of art, that they made a work of art in that 136. Yeah, a work of art, and also probably, well, a good work of crap, to be honest with you. Um, but it was, if somebody was writing, a fairy tale, that was a good fairy tale for sure. Absolutely. But it's just kind of common sense, right? Read Elvis's part there, you know, really. There's just really, besides him saying it, spit, no DNA, you know. And then we were talking about the time frame and stuff like that, you know. I just see like there's nothing there that connects him to it. There's nothing that connects Brad Holder to it, like stuff like that. So for anyone that didn't watch it yesterday, I'm just saying, right? Brad Holder, no fucking idiot's gonna leave up all their shit across Facebook for all these years and go, you're right, I'm such an idiot, I forgot to take all that shit down. Bad me. you know at least he was charged for doing what he did, and he didn't walk away unscathed for crime. Absolutely. you know Bottom line is, you do the crime, you do the time, and you have to be accountable for your consequences, right? You don't blame other people for the shit that you did, right? But that's the bottom line of it. So he deserved to be accountable for it. And yeah, yeah, if it's a slap on the wrist out of it all, but at the end of the day, still, it's a charge, you know, and it deserved to happen, because you just don't go into somebody's office, steal that type of stuff, that's part of a case, a major case, and then just go, like, oh, bad me. But that's pretty much what's going to happen anyway, I would think. How was there not a master list of all the trails that day? Why wouldn't Doolin have immediately called his supervisor? I can't fix stupid, Heather, on those people. Not even going to try. Why didn't they do a lot of things, to be honest with you? I don't think that there's any one particular person. I think that there's a lot of uh, arguments between the ISP, FBI at the time, and egos and shit like that. But I think that just a lot of inexperience and sloppiness, laziness, stupidity, incompetence led to where we are today. You know, like, I know that the guy in Lafayette, um, had basically said that it's almost like chickens running around with their head cut off. Thought that they could handle it, realized that they couldn't, and then all that stuff had transpired. So, I always think in my head, you guys, first 48 hours, got to get them in the first 48-hour show. Yeah, Heather Sweet and we were never told who was there. Well, I mean, there is a list. Like you'll see a list, but it wasn't like it was, it was just lists of some names that they showed. Like that's been out there for a long time, but it's not like it was structurally done on there. I go to the doctor. Okay, so I'm not sure if Alexa's going to be coming tonight. She doesn't seem to be feeling too well on there. So I guess Adam, it's going to be Delphi tonight. My
Okay.
brain doesn't want to hurt and think of another case. I could talk about the mushroom killer. We could, you know what? Let's just talk about whatever tonight. We'll just have like a YOLO one, okay? On there. We'll just talk about whatever. Yeah. Yeah. What? Who are you giving the finger to? Aspen is swiping left and right on his dating app, right? He's probably like, I gotta get the fuck off here, Sonny. Stop talking. No, he knows he can leave. He knows he can leave. After Adam left, right, Adam? That's when we were like, thank God Adam's gone. Now we can truly talk, So we know that you don't go back and watch the lives anyway, which I don't either, unless I've said something that I have to delete or something. But other than that, we all know you don't go back and watch those lives. So we didn't say anything about you whatsoever, just so you know that. Okay. Anyways, you guys, it's been fun. It's been a pleasure. You guys take care. We'll see you tonight. And we'll just talk. And you guys, sorry, I am going to say this. Greeno did put out a video for the Flora fires. I didn't end up watching all of it. I ended up watching about an hour's worth of it. So if you guys haven't, remember the anniversary for the girls, and we were trying to show a video yesterday, but we weren't really finding anything. And then it just so happened that I was like legitly watching Greeno's Flora fires. That was one of the best videos I remember watching on Flora was Greeno's, like when from his old channel and stuff like that. And if I'm not mistaken, you've like revamped this one a little bit. I want to say it's been a minute since I remember watching the last one. Again, prayers to those poor girls and the family, for Galen and stuff like that. But anyways, go check out his Flora video, you guys. Those are the type of videos, okay? I'm not kissing your ass. Just know this, okay? Because I'm not. Because I don't do that for anybody, not even my husband. No, my husband's I might. But anyways, you really do, and I've said this many times, you do an amazing job at what you do best. You have a radio voice, you have a documentary type voice, you make amazing videos with your editing, and you do stuff like that. You do it and you do it well. And that in itself, honestly, like I said, you have superior skills when it comes to that type of editing. So continue on your course on making great documentaries. I will say that to you. Okay, fair enough. But anyways, good video on Flora. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It has the footage in there as well. But prayers definitely to the Flora girls and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Meow Zen Dog, of course, covers that. She has on her channel interviews with Galen and stuff like that. They've torn that house down now. And yeah. Okay, guys. So Aspen is, we already did that one. Later Gators. See, Mustang, I just said that just so I could get rid of you. I was just like,
Hi, Mustang.
yeah, yeah, we're leaving Mustang. So yeah, you're special if you get the finger. You're special. Yeah, good video on the Flora. About an hour is about it is right. So I watched about an hour of it on there. His videos are great. Yeah. Uh, I mean, I'm just gonna put this out there to everybody, but God gave us all some great tools or however you want to do it and stuff. I know where I excel in my life. And that's why I enjoy making videos and I enjoy talking with people because I've spent all my life doing stuff like that, not so much the video part that came later on, but I learned a lot. I learned how to scam online back when I was in my 20s on the All Advantage things. I became really good at doxing freaking irking people out with fishes and roses on IRC chat And it was all from my ability and willingness to learn new things. I'm not going to lie. In the mail, I'd get checks like this thick. $5, $5, $5. I don't know if any of you guys remember that alladvantage.com, paid to serve, jackpot.com. You win, I win. I was like, sure. And these programs are just going to help me out with that. Thank you so much. But anyways, you guys keep it real. Have a good day. And we'll see you tonight on the live. Is that good, Adam?
Bye.
You ready? I mean it this time. We're actually going to go. Yeah. Okay. Take care, guys. This is Sunny Justice and Aspen Connor from It's a Crime and Shame, wishing you all a good night.